wise man once said, the will to win, the desire to succeed,
What takes guts is to put yourself on the line.
the urge to reach your full potential.
A leader makes the way.
These are the keys that will unlock the door to personal excellence. Success Resources is the world's leading events promoter of business, personal development, and wealth creation programs. For over 30 years, we've helped over 10 million people across 30 countries unlock their full potential. From North America to Europe, to Africa, to Asia, to Oceania, we are the key to your personal success. We open the door to the world's best speakers, such as Anthony Robbins, Sir Richard Branson, Robert Kiyosaki, and T. Harv Eker, to name a few. Praised by Donald Trump for being the world's best, we have over 500 events a year and access to the greatest thinkers, achievers, and motivators of our time. We guide you to the success that lies in every one of us.
But you will not discover your greatness in your comfort zone.
You have to have confidence in yourself.
We have never really truly reached our destination. There's always another level to strive for. Your best is yet to come. Success Resources, your learning partners.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to another Bitcoin journey to 100,000. The market isn't doing very well today. Bitcoin dropped below 40,000, 38, 39,000, and could be dropping more. Now, US, Joe Biden and the West are predicting war any day now. If that happen or not happen, it remains that, it have caused extreme fear in the market. Now, we are here to give you an update and also a game plan. What do we do and what not to do? My name is Richard Tan from Success Resources. We are the world leading education provider every week, Monday, Friday, Wednesday and Friday. This is streamed live on Facebook and YouTube. We're making videos tracking the incredible journey of Bitcoin to 100,000. So if this is a journey you like to follow, make sure you subscribe to the channel, click on the notification bell so whenever we have a video, you are the first to know. Now, I'm very delighted to bring my friend, Dr. Clemen Chiang, to the program. He is a very, very, very hardworking teacher and a teacher with a very big heart. Now, he's an authority in financial investing and a very well-known teacher to many thousands of students all over the world. Welcome, Dr. Clemen.
Wow, Richard. Back to Monday. Really excited to be back. This morning, I started at what time? 6 o'clock.
Wow, you're full of energy, man. 6 o'clock, I still doing my horizontal meditation.
Horizontal, wow. This one is high-level levitation already.
Yeah, horizontal one. Wow.
So we are back again. Thank you very much for having me in the show. And this week is going to be the most exciting week. We have not seen the best yet to come yet, but let's get ready for this week's journey to 100,000. Yes, Richard.
Thank you, Dr. Clemen. Now, I know there are lots of you who are now online are wondering if there's anything else that could be done right now. Should we sell? Should we hold? What you should do? Well, there is a lot of turmoil and conflict in the market. What is the game plan? Now, we are going to touch on that, but before we go to that, let's look at what else is happening in the market. There's an article that says that US President Biden is going to issue an executive order on crypto this week, right? Yes, this week, not next week, not next month, not next year, this week. Now, question to you, Dr. Clemen, is what is this executive order on crypto all about, and how is this going to affect Bitcoin? But more important, right, is more regulation positive for the market?
Yes, absolutely, Richard. This is a fascinating question to begin with. And this week, we know for sure if there's an upcoming meeting between President Joe Biden and President Putin, everything will be secondary. So this is the really moment in time in history. And I was just going through the notes over the weekend. three theories approaching the invasion of Russia into Ukraine, and thereby leading us to really think really hard, what's happening to the price of Bitcoin? Why has it fallen back into the Red Sea? Officially right now, we're back into the Red Sea below $40,000 per coin. So let's dive in. First, we tackle three very, very important points. Number one, point one, including the senators of the US, Ted Cruz is really fighting hard on the sanctions against Nord Stream 2. This is one of the theory that we've been working on. And this is the largest underwater pipe supply from Russia into Germany. This kind of consolidate the commercial interest between Germany and Russia. And this is also kind of the lifeline of Russia, making lots of money selling energy across Europe. Point number one. Point number two, over the weekend, there's an outburst again, calling the bluff of the US president, similar to the time when they declared war on Iraq. And you know, history has proven itself that the weapons of so-called mass destruction does not exist at all. And that's the reason why they're also calling the bluff. Perhaps why is the Americans so interested in the Russian-Ukraine crisis? And third point of contention right now is really why in recent days there's so much push into regulation, into parliament push, changes of the law, legislation, and so on. That brings us to this big debate. This week, US President Joe Biden to issue executive order on crypto and kind of really coincide with the crisis at this moment. He's due to meet with President Putin of Russia, pending that there's no invasion into Ukraine. So it's a really nervous time. But you know, any form of regulation is always good for the development of Bitcoin. Why is that so? Here we go. Because the bigger picture at hand falls right here. The executive order will direct a wide range of government agencies to study cryptocurrency and central bank digital currency, otherwise known as CBDC, and come up with a government-wide strategy to regulate crypto assets. Now, this is the part, not just Bitcoin, but the entire landscape. And the market has been waiting for this, really kind of pushing like crazy. And I also tweeted over the weekend supporting the efforts of Grayscale to write to Securities Exchange Commission and consolidate on the feedback process from the general public. There's a mind-blowing over 200 responses have been fired across to Securities Exchange Commission, telling them, hey, you got to approve Bitcoin spot ETF. So all this falls under ambit of three agencies. So here we go. We need to recognize these agencies, and correspondingly, we know what are respective actions we need to take. Number one, the Attorney General. Number two, the Federal Trade Commission. And number three, the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau. These are the three agencies, but then the law says it falls right under Securities Exchange Commission. This is the one that's the most powerful at this moment, led by Chair Gary Gensler. Then, of course, we have the CFTC, Commodities Futures Trading Commission, and then the Federal Reserve, together with Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation, FDIC, and the Office of the Controller of the Currency, OCC. Wow, whole chunk of them. Can you imagine why it's taking such a long time? Interagencies arbitrage exists for the longest time. Each agency just not willing to share information, kind of there's no passageway, there's no transparency among the agencies. In fact, the only one private company or public company that has kind of pulled various agencies to work together is none other than Palantir. Palantir is really successful in putting together the CIA, the FBI, the National Security, NSA, all these different agencies, especially in the area of intelligence and security together. But in the area of law and legislation, it's not so simple. That's the reason why when you look at all these names out here, kind of mind-blowing. Why? Because the central focus is a drive towards the launch of the digital dollar. Will it happen? This is the big question. So of course, then we have the Treasury Department reporting direct to the President of the United States. Woo! This is another whole layer of bureaucracy. And again, if it goes through, this is really, really fantastic news. And on a side note, last week, the FBI launched a new unit to tackle crypto exploitation, and the Department of Justice appointed the first director for its National Cryptocurrency Enforcement Team. Now, by the way, these folks that have been appointed, they are the brightest mind in the whole country. These guys are killers. And so, two sides of the coin for us to interpret this. Those who are trading on the dark side, your days are numbered. Your days are coming to an end. And those on the bright side, investors like ourselves, we are really looking forward with big dreams, because the keyword right now is going full steam ahead. Back to you, Richard.
Dr. Clemen, what about, is more regulation positive for the market? Is there any thought on that? Is more regulation positive for the market?
Yes, very, very good that you jump in at this point in time, Richard, because I want to mention there are three phases. First phase is the collaboration between interagencies and everybody fighting for power, who to be the leader of the pack. And at phase one, we saw the problem in recent months that SEC is going back to Congress asking for more power, more money, so that he can take charge of all these agencies that we mentioned just now. And he has the overall ambit ruling across all agencies. Phase two, we enter a moment in time when the leadership kind of have been aligned and everyone pointing to the same direction. This is where Treasury Department takes over Janet Yellen, Jerome Powell, Federal Reserve, two of them reporting to the president and say, yes, go or no go for the digital dollar. And phase three, the implementation of the law. Phase one, phase two, phase three, it just keep moving closer to the fact that we will be accepted officially, and thereby it opens up a floodgate of more investors' money pouring into cryptocurrency market. This
amazing.
Is a very, very positive news. Yes.
Thank you. That's very amazing. Now, Dr. Clemen, there is an article that Deutsche Bank is probably one of the largest banks in Europe, right? Says that Bitcoin could become the new gold. Question to you is, what is the impact on the price of Bitcoin if it is the new gold?
Oh, yes. Well, the moment we talk about the new gold, we are talking about a very, very nice round number. The nice round number we are talking about is a $10 trillion market cap, to be exact. And this is the benchmark everybody is aiming at. So if there is a substitute for the physical gold by the digital gold, which is Bitcoin, then we're looking at a $10 trillion market cap. So what we do, we go to coinmarketcap.com and kind of zoom in at this particular page, and we see at this moment with the recent drop, Bitcoin has fallen below the $1 trillion market cap. Right now standing at 742 billion, another gap of 250 billion to cover. But that said, it's granted. We have broken this $1 trillion mark 2 times already last year, and this is what we are looking at. The moment Bitcoin is going to chase after the market cap size of the physical gold, we are expecting a 10 times return. Why? Because 1 trillion to 10 trillion, that's multiplied by 10. So if multiplied by 10, you're looking at current price between 40,000, and by the time it breaks to 53,000, there is a $1 trillion market cap. Add another zero behind it, that will be about $550,000 per coin by the time we hit a $10 trillion market cap. And that's the journey. Everybody is just very clear about the milestone. From whatever price that you purchase at this moment, you have to enlarge the time in order to fulfill its fullest potential of its pricing. Back to you, Richard.
Thank you. Wow, if Bitcoin go to 10 trillion, Bitcoin price will really go up by 10 times, man. It's amazing. Yes. Now, Dr. Clemen, with rumors of war and fear on the market now in the extreme level, question to you is there any fundamental change in Bitcoin? Even in this time of fear and rumors of war or war come, is there any change in the fundamental of Bitcoin?
Oh, yes. We are looking at one very important metric, And thereby, I want to bring out the total hash rate. And we can see why is the hash rate just keeps soaring. It's kind of a mind-boggling right here. Starting from July last year, boom, 2022, boom, we are at an all-time historical high of the hash rate. Now, if I click on all-time right here, you can see it has been going up. Many miners keep entering the space. Right now, it's a very, very competitive space to mine a single Bitcoin. But this is good for the marketplace because there are more players' participation in it. And that's the reason why we say that, hey, despite the so-called warnings of coming invasion, coming of war, firing of nuclear missiles just to test the waters, hey, the hash rate has remained stable. Unlike last year where it just boom, drop. So if I click on between the time of 3 years, we're going to see a big drop right here. This was the time where literally a ban by China into Bitcoin mining caused a drastic drop. Now, this drop is bad for Bitcoin. But at this moment, it didn't drop. It just kept moving up. So this is good for Bitcoin. So what we need to do is really to hold steady. Now, hold steady means what? I'm going to bring out the Bitcoin chart at this moment and make sure everybody really put your fullest focus into understanding the Red Sea zone. Here we go. When we talk about the Red Sea zone, we just have to keep reminding ourselves there is a zone whereby, you know, it's very, very difficult to break. Here we go. I'm going to bring out right here and we're going to see it very, very clearly. All right, check this out. The first time when the Red Sea zone was kind of breached, right, defined as 40,000 to 30,000, which is this red box here. This is the first time we gone through the Red Sea zone. And we went through it, we really survived really, really well. And all I'm doing right here is to replicate the same red box. I come over here, boom, same length and breadth, same height, all right? And we come back to this distance here. So what are we witnessing at this moment? We are witnessing, we are back into the Red Sea. There will be a time we're going to float between 30 to 40,000. Now, what is the measurement of this time? The first Red Sea zone, we started from mid-May and ended in the mid of August. So 8 minus 5, 3 months apart, that's 1 quarter distance. Now, the second time we enter into the Red Sea zone, the start of it, we can consider it as a mid of January. So February, March, April. So we are looking at, if you're going to hang out in the Red Sea zone, we have to wait until mid of April. That is the kind of a rough time frame we are looking at. So this moment, it kind of a claw back to 39,204. Over the weekend, it has dropped, in fact, all the way to 37,000 and floating between 38,000. So there was a magical number that we kind of really love at this range. That is the 38888 range. And those of you who caught it, that will be the first price point to catch. And then the next price point to catch is the 33333 price range. So we got two interesting numbers to watch: 38888 and 33333. That's $33,333. And the last Armageddon level is the 30,000 range. That is the Michael Saylor's break-even price. So these are the three prices we just have to watch really, really closely. And at all times, remind ourselves the Red Sea zone is defined between 30 to 40,000 range. It's going to be like this, I think, for the next 3 months. Back to you, Richard.
Thank you, Dr. Clemen. Now, Dr. Clemen, the market really isn't doing well, right? So Bitcoin has dropped already below 40,000, 38, 39,000. And as you say, it could be dropping even more. US, Joe Biden and NATO are predicting war any day. If that happened or not, but it remains the fact that it has caused extreme fear to the market. Now, question to you is this question: what game plan can you suggest we move forward? What game plan can you suggest that we ordinary investor can do to move forward?
Wow, that's a great question. And we'll look at some data first before we arrive at the strategy behind the game plan. First data point we're going to look at is Bitcoin inactive supply nears record as over 60% of Bitcoin stays unspent for at least 1 year. Only 2 times before has the proportion of available supply has been so overwhelmingly stationary in its wallet. Now, game plan number 1, the big players, they refuse to be moved. All right, so fear, uncertainty, and doubt, FUD, does not belong to the real hardcore players of Bitcoin. Likewise, we don't move because we already define very clearly the charted waters, 30 to 40,000 range. We are so used to it. We've gone through it before. Don't waste that experience. Now, those of you who survived through that period with us, that was the first time when Richard and myself started the YouTube series. And today we have covered over 100 YouTube series just on Bitcoin itself. So, very, very important lesson. Hold your fort. Do not sell at a loss. This is the most important message I'm conveying to you. Do not sell at a loss. Hold your fort. Now, the second way to look at it, some players like to call it the DCA approach, dollar cost averaging of Bitcoin. Theory goes this way: regardless of the price, you just commit to buy an X amount every week or every month. So this website here provides such a tool for you to look at it. If you are committed to purchase, let's say $1 million of Bitcoin, then you say, okay, instead of one shot, I go in $1 million, I'm going to set aside 100,000 each time per month basis. So I set up the parameter right here. This is 100,000 purchase amount, repeated purchase every month, and I'm going to buy over the next 3 years, all right? Starting, let's say you started since last year, and you bought into the high, and right now kind of buying into the low, and this is the chart of how you perform over time. Now, some of the traditional fund managers, they love to apply dollar cost averaging, and this is what you see. So there are 2 thinking behind dollar cost averaging. Do you average up or do you average down? Now, what we see in the classic real DCA of both hybrid direction, both up and down, is none other than Michael Saylor. As the price of Bitcoin shot up, he has been averaging up. Price shot down, he has been averaging down. So he doesn't care what the market is behaving, right? So this is something that we can really take heed and learn from a classical hero like Michael Saylor. Third proposition, so first proposition, you already bought. You hold your fort, do not move, do not sell the loss. Second proposition, you go on to commit to purchase on a regular basis, what we call DCA approach. Then the third approach, this is the part that's really how you maximize your 24 hours time per single day. You should think about within the 24-hour window, how much more cash can you make from other avenues so that it can support your investment into Bitcoin. Now, all of us, we have our career, we have our business. Some of you maybe come from second generation wealth, don't have to do much, and the money fall on your lap, right? But that's how you're going to spend your 24 hours per day. It is so important. So if you truly believe this is a direction moving forward, you're going to improve on your business, you're going to improve on your career, you're going to think about how much more money you can squeeze based on per single day, 24 hours, that each of us were granted. And with that cash being raised, then you have the power to call your own shots. So I'm advocating that you perhaps need to have a liquid cash ready for opportunities like this. In fact, I'm monitoring the 3333 range, right? But when it's dropped, it hit my magical number, I'm going in. So how about you? Do you have sufficient cash right now on standby to wait for this opportunity? Back to you, Richard.
Thank you, Dr. Clemen. So the game plan, number 1, make sure you don't sell at a loss, right? Hold whatever you can. Then number 2, dollar cost averaging. And it has been shown that Dr. Clemen has shown that if you double cost averaging, it is on a profitable strategy. Number 3, make sure you have some cash online so that some cash review so that you can go in on the opportunity. Now, Dr. Clemen, let's look at adoption right now. this program, Bitcoin Journey to 100,000, is not based on magic or myth. It's based on fundamental economic factor. Now, so the new article today for this adoption is an article that says a new bill aimed to introduce Bitcoin as a legal tender in California. So can you comment that what is this? Why this adoption as a legal tender in California is different from all the other adoption?
Yes, absolutely, Richard. We've gone through this journey before with El Salvador, and El Salvador is the first country in the world to adopt Bitcoin as a legal tender. So concept of legal tender means if I give you a Bitcoin, you cannot reject it. You have to accept it. The moment you reject it, we're going to have a law coming after you. That's the concept of legal tender. So at this moment, we have a really new pop-out news on the 20th of February that says new bill to be introduced in Bitcoin as a legal tender in California. Wow, this is huge. And this is where we dive in to look at political advisor Yan Calderon wrote on Twitter that he introduced a bill in collaboration with Bitcoin expert Dennis Porter. So two of them working on the legislation side of things. And the aim is to adopt Bitcoin as a legal tender in the state of California. Now, I also go to the Twitter feed to make sure everything is kind of verified. And this is huge. Look at the number of retweets right here. Look at the number of quote tweets and look at the number of likes. This is adding even more pressure to Securities Exchange Commission, right? And of course, we are on one hand thinking about Bitcoin spot ETF. On the other hand, California want to push for adoption of Bitcoin as a legal tender. This is really gorgeous stuff. Now, you see, this is how social media play into its part. There's never been a more important time to contact your local elected officials. Through social media, they are spreading the word. This is very powerful. In fact, I want to also take this opportunity to show you guys the progress made by Grayscale. So I'm going to go to Grayscale right now. This is Grayscale, and look what they have tweeted. Wow, this is a really powerful tweet. And going right to the one that matters. Hang on a minute. Let me click on the, yep, we're on the tweets. And we go down to somewhere. Yeah, could be further back already. Yes. We receive, okay, so this is the part. They were using Twitter to spread the word to send a message out to Securities Exchange Commission, all right? So I'm coming to that part really soon. Hopefully somewhere or further down. This is the one, all right? If you're interested in sharing your thoughts with the Securities Exchange Commission, let me just adjust it nicely, all right? On whether Grayscale Bitcoin spot ETF should be allowed to convert into an ETF. Visit this link and click submit comments. This thing has created an upheaval. Over 200 responses were fired to a Securities Exchange Commission. Right now, their office is overwhelmed. This is the power of social media. That's the reason why I'm so excited about present situation. Present situation, we have powerful tools like Twitter to galvanize grassroots support. And then you have the lawmaker who are aligned with us, knowing the power of Bitcoin, knowing the power of cryptocurrency, trying to enact law into their respective states. And then the global agenda, as a country, we are looking at moving towards a digital dollar regime. All these are good processes, good progress that's helping our cause to support Bitcoin. Back to you, Richard.
Thank you, Dr. Clemen. Now, we do our best to research facts and data from the market and present to all of you. With the facts and data, you can make informed decisions for your financial future. Now, we remain bullish on Bitcoin. Secret to success is to wake up early in the morning, work hard, own Bitcoin. And this is our conviction. Let's come to the last question. The last question for Dr. Clemen. Last question to you, Dr. Clemen, is that Mexico third richest billionaire have just advice to every one of you in this time of rumors, fear, upheaval, and confusion. He said this. He says, buy Bitcoin, forget about selling. You will thank me later. Question to you is, Dr. Clemen, what is the basis of his advice to every one of us, even from a billionaire?
Thank you so much, Richard, for highlighting to us about Masco, third richest billionaire. In fact, this article, there's so many takeaways, what we call nuggets, that you can keep as kind of formulating your psychology about Bitcoin. Here we go. First off, it's similar to our thinking. That is, forget about selling. You will thank us later. Not just him, but thank us. And we are really on the grassroots side of things, trying to galvanize support, right? So here we go. We're going to put forward the argument. Okay, you have to buy Bitcoin, keep buying when the price is low, then just hold your BTC. Forget about selling. Trust me, you're going to thank me later on. So this was what we covered just now. Concept of dollar cost averaging, concept of holding on to a Bitcoin, do not sell at a loss, and the concept of trying to get as much cash as possible that move towards your cause of buying Bitcoin at opportunistic time periods. This is exactly what I've been talking about for today, all right? And then we go down right over here. Bitcoin has fallen more than 40% since its all-time high in November last year. A number of people, corporations have bought the dip, including MicroStrategy, US Senator Ted Cruz, and the government of El Salvador. Now, these are what we call the Spartans, the first 300, the warriors that hold the fort. And right now they are mobilizing thousands and millions of warriors across the planet. Are you the first among them all? And that's the reason why sequencing is so important. Why am I talking about sequencing? Because if you have the leaders of the pack right here giving you the confidence. Now, what do I mean by giving you the confidence? First, if you look at El Salvador, it is a country. Second, you look at MicroStrategy, it is a public company. And Ted Cruz, he is a politician. What else do you want to see? I mean, it's really spreading across really the who's who, key opinion leaders, influencers, and people with influence and power and money. So the correct sequencing question is, do I want to ride alongside with these so-called insiders, or I wait for mass adoption to take place, then I come in to play the game? This is a question of sequence. Are you getting in first, or are you getting in late? Because it's not going to change anything other than the fact your timing. Now, as I move on right here, Bitcoin is an asset that has extraordinary properties, all the advantages that Bitcoin has for me to make it gold for the modern world. We spoke about gold today. Gold benchmark is $10 trillion market cap. Bitcoin is attempting to replace gold and hit $10 trillion market cap. That's 10x. 10x. Easily. So if you look at 10x easily and going to become a global monetary system, holy moly, you don't have to carry the chunky gold bar everywhere you go. Everything is stored digitally in your wallet. And that's the beauty of it all. And I was just reading another article by Jack Dorsey, and he's saying this, hey, you know what? In order for Bitcoin to kind of dominate the world, we need everybody's participation, not just the rich guy, not just the politician, the country, and the public company. Everybody. And there's 7 billion people on planet Earth. That's what we are talking about. And then we go on. I really love this article a lot. And that's the reason why it tried to explain from the other side of the coin. Governments don't like Bitcoin. It burns them that people can get out of their fiat trap, because this is what fiat money is, a fraud. Which is already spelled against you. High inflation, 7.5%, rising interest rate, of which your bank's only giving you 0.05%. You're making negative 6.95, no, 7 7.45% per year. You already lost money. That's the reason why they're arguing your monetary fiat money is a fraud. In November, he referenced the scale of fake money creation in the US, stating good old USA is looking more and more like any other irresponsible third world country. Buy Bitcoin now. And there's more fraud created in the paper money, what we call counterfeit notes. And this is the number one contention idea that China's working on. In China, if you go, remember the days you visited China, you buy anything from any shop, first thing they take your money, what do? They take out a piece of paper and look up against the light to see is it real money. I say, wow, this is very rude. Until I get to know, counterfeit notes fraud is so common across China. And that's why they need the digital yuan. So right over here, the final iteration, stay away from fiat money, the dollar, the euro, the yen, or the peso. They are all the same story. It's fake money made of paper and lies. The central banks are printing more money than ever before. Invest in Bitcoin. And this more and more, you are seeing it every day. False promises after false promises made by politicians. And Bitcoin has only one promise. In fact, they have lived their promise from day one until today. 21 million fixed supply. Find me another asset class with a fixed supply that has high scarcity value. No one can compete with Bitcoin. Back to you, Richard.
Thank you, Dr. Clemen. Forget about selling. You will thank us later. Here you are, Bitcoin journey to 100,000 on this Monday. Let me repeat again. Secret to success: wake up early, work hard, own Bitcoin. Thank you, and see you again on Wednesday. Thank you so much, and have a wonderful, wonderful day ahead.
We believe that investing in our education
has the highest leverage and is the greatest equalizer.
Regardless of background, everyone can have the same opportunities with education.
We believe in doing what is right, not what is easy.
We believe in anything that is worth doing, we do it with passion and excellence.
We believe that happiness is the key to success.
If you love what you're doing, you're already successful. And that both success and failure are temporary, worth sharing about and even celebrating.
That said, we believe we have had our fair share of both.
Yay!
We believe that when the market is tough, we can be tougher.
We believe the best product should win, not the best sales pitch.
We believe that winners are winners because they don't quit.
We believe that the biggest sin is to make learning boring.
We believe in making decisions and owning our results.
We believe in innovation to continue to provide value to all around us.
We believe that together, everyone achieves more.
We believe that real leaders don't create followers, they create more leaders.
We believe that we can learn from our competitors.
We believe that women work harder, do better, and are more committed.
We believe it's okay to be proven wrong.
It's okay to change your mind.
And it's okay to cry when you're having a really rough day.
We believe in giving everyone the benefit of the doubt.
We believe in always saying please and thank you.
We believe that if dreaming is free, then we should dream big.
And then working hard to achieve it.
We believe that if we have knowledge, it's our duty to pass it down.
We believe that we shouldn't teach something we ourselves don't believe in.
We believe it's better to ask for forgiveness than permission.
We believe in saying sorry and meaning what we say.
We believe in being high-tech, means adding a human touch.
We believe that no one has all the answers.
Not even us.
But we go find out and we learn.
We believe that learning never ends, and once you stop learning,
you start dying.
We believe that one person
or one great idea
can change the world.
That's why we believe in helping you grow and succeed.
And with your help, we can change lives globally.
We believe.
We believe. We believe.
Thank you for your belief in us.